When I was in high school, the year I wrote The Solemn Cow and New Algebra Sean, I was a 4.0 student. I went to the Pennsylvania Governor's School for the Arts that summer. I dated a high school student my age, a year ahead of me because of what had happened to me at Fulton School, who I'd known a long time. We made love all the time. She was gifted, talented, good with me, attentive, independent, and we broke up and got back together. We fought and argued, but it was never, ever about sex. We kept that to ourselves, and it didn't divide us, and there was nothing wrong in what happened. So I find it very strange that so much flim-flam comes down the highway from, of all people, John Lennon's entourage, making witchcraft and AIDS terrorism out of sex from the minds of people who we all know couldn't care less. Cross burners and witch hunters, why they're the Seattle left with Yoko Ono making bundles, ripping off museums. That's the facts. You can check the facts. That's not propaganda. That's verifiable. CNN doesn't look into these things. Like it or not, we are all creatures from the id in Roger Waters' misbegotten mind. And he has Praetorian guards. I'm naming George Monbiot because for Monbiot, it's a cowardly laugh to have a scrawny little kid who doesn't want to fight being used at the stake of Lenin as a laughing stock by AIDS terrorism. It's so built into the mystique of his vocabulary and imagery that he can see it. He can just see it taking shape from the goblins of opportunity. And so they monger. It was all an intercept. It was all an opportunity. It was all a Jake. But if you look at the grid, Mackenzie, Crash, the tea kettle going off, the hypnotist's love story, Miles Kirshner, Shirilla Princess, you see that they grafted what they were using to justify doing to me, because what could be more funny than a nerve injury that led to violence, initiative, seizures that were being resisted like the enemy within, being used as an AIDS hypnography. So they must show the danger of the neuroplasm. They can't get away with laughing at Robert Fripp that virginity doesn't prove rape. So they did it again. Sadly, it worked. I have no idea what the permanent consequences to that poor woman's mind will be. But she was innocent. And George Monbiot is guilty of sympathies with the people who did it to her, just as he makes his gain supporting those who did this to me.